Hi everyone, this is Miss Sarah here. We're going to start our second unit today. It's called expressions, all right? And the first thing I want to do is go over with you guys the main things that we should learn in this unit. First thing we're going to talk about is order of operations. Hopefully you guys have seen this before, the famous PEMDAS. Then we're going to talk about phrases commonly used in word problems. Then we're going to talk about what is an algebraic expression, how to evaluate an algebraic expression, how to simplify an algebraic expression, and we're going to use the shower and group method, what it means to factor an algebraic expression, how we factor an algebraic expression, the difference between simplifying and factoring an algebraic expression, and how to add and subtract expressions, okay? Please note that this unit is called expressions and not equations, okay? An expression is not an equation. For you to have an equation, you need to have an equal sign, okay? We will not be dealing with equations with equal signs in this unit. We will only be dealing with expressions, which means it's a bunch of numbers or letters or variables with mathematical operations between them, plus, minus, multiplication, division, but there is no equal sign. If you have an equal sign, then it's no longer an expression, it's now an equation. So lesson 1, order of operations. But before we start talking about order of operations, I just want to make sure you guys understand the difference between a numerical expression and an algebraic expression, okay? This over here is an example of a numerical expression. If you take a good look at it, you're going to see that it only contains numbers, okay? It can be very long, it can be very complicated, but a numerical expression only contains numbers. An algebraic expression, on the other hand, this is an example of an algebraic expression. It can contain numbers, but it also contains variables, all right? So an algebraic expression contains numbers and variables. Just a quick note, algebra, whenever you hear the word algebra, it's the part of math where we deal with variables and not just numbers, okay? So keep this in mind. We're going to be working with both types of expressions, numerical and algebraic expressions, but this is just so you guys understand the difference between them. Once again, notice that there is no equal sign in this example over here, all right? There's no equal sign. This is a minus sign, minus -2. And over here, there's also no equal signs. Therefore, they are not equations, they are expressions. So let's go on to order of operations, okay? This is the famous PEMDAS, which you guys already know. This part over here is the first notes page that you guys should have printed of your PDF packet, okay? Order of operations. So order of operations, what are they used? Why are they used? So whenever you have a big numerical expression, PEMDAS helps you know which mathematical operation you should do first, all right? So this is the PEMDAS method. So the first thing you always do is look for parentheses. You always solve what's inside the parentheses first. Then you go to exponents. Then you do multiplication and division. And notice over here that multiplication and division, they are in the same line. Okay, so you usually, it doesn't matter which one you do first. If you multiply or divide, they are equivalent because they are inverse operations of each other. And addition and subtraction, okay? Once again, it doesn't matter which one you do first, addition or subtraction, because they are inverse operations of each other. They are equivalent in terms of importance in simplifying an expression. So let's go on to our examples. Example number 1 over here, notice that we have 4 minus 1 minus parentheses 6 minus 5, close parentheses. According to PEMDAS, right? PEMDAS, the first thing we should do is solve what's inside the parentheses. So we're going to solve what's inside the parentheses first. Everything else, yes, you have to copy. Copy on the next line, okay? So the 4 is not going to be changed. Minus 1 isn't changing. Minus, inside my parentheses, I have 6 minus 5, which is equal to 1. Okay? Can I leave my parentheses? Do I take them out? when do I take out my parentheses? This is a common question people ask me. The answer is you can remove your parentheses after you have one number and only one number inside of them. So in this case, we only have number 1. Then we will be able to remove our parentheses. So I can remove my parentheses and just leave the number 1. So this is going to be 4 minus 1 minus 1. Notice that now we don't have any exponents, we don't have any multiplication or division, we just have addition and subtraction, so we can go ahead and do the calculation. 4 minus 1, 3. So this is going to be 3 minus 1. 3 minus 1 is 2. And we simplified our expression. Second question over here, I have 5 plus 4 minus 3 divided by 6. According to PEMDAS, the first thing I should do is parentheses. If you take a look inside my parentheses, I have two operations, right? I have an addition and a subtraction. But addition and subtraction are equivalent. It doesn't matter which one we do first, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this all at once. 5 plus 4, 9. 9 minus 3, 6. Now that I have one number inside my parentheses, I can remove my parentheses. So I have 6 divided by 6. 6 divided by 6 is 1. So this would be my final answer. Number 3, take a look at number 3. I have 41 minus 9 in parentheses divided by 4, and I just have a negative 2 inside my parentheses. So hopefully you guys all know by now that if I have a 4 parentheses negative 2 parentheses, this means that the 4 is multiplying negative 2. So we don't really have any operations inside this parentheses. This parentheses, the second one over here, is just here to show us that we have a 4 multiplying a negative number. However, this parentheses over here, it has an operation inside the parentheses. We have a 41 minus 9. So we can go ahead and do that. We do 41 minus 9, which is 32, divided by 4 times negative 2. Now the question is, which operation are you going to do now? We have 32 divided by 4 times negative 2. Once again, we have division and multiplication. Division and multiplication are equivalent operations. It doesn't matter which one we do first. So I'm going to go ahead and divide it first. 32 divided by 4, which is 8, times negative 2. 8 times negative 2, which is going to give me negative 16. Number 4. Notice we don't have parentheses anymore in number 4. Now let's take a look at the operations. We have a multiplication, an addition, and a subtraction. PEMDAS tells me that I have to do multiplication before addition and subtraction. So let's go ahead and do that. 5 times 6 is 30. Once again, copy down on the next line the numbers, all right? So this is going to be 30 plus 6 minus 6. According to PEMDAS, addition and subtraction are equivalent, okay? So 30 plus 6 is 36. 36 minus 6 is simply 30. And we simplified, okay? Let's go ahead and take a look at number 5. Number 5, we have two parentheses now. We have 13 minus parentheses 6 minus 5 parentheses. Notice that over here I have a double parentheses because the first parentheses is referring to this outer parentheses, and the second one is referring to the inner parentheses, all right? So which one do we do first, the outer parentheses or the inner parentheses? And the answer is it's always inside out. You guys know that movie, Inside Out? That's what you're going to do. So you always start with the innermost parentheses, which is going to be 6 minus 5. And everything else, once again, you have to copy. So you have 13 minus 6 minus 5, which is 1. I can remove the orange parentheses because I only have one number inside, divided by 4. Notice that these remaining parentheses over here are my original blue parentheses, okay? Then we have to do 13 minus 1, which is going to be 12. I can now remove the parentheses because I only have one number inside of them. 12 divided by 4, which is going to be 3. Number 6, we have 6 times 10 divided by 3 times 2, right? So this is going to be, I have to do parentheses first, copy everything down. 6 times 10 divided by 3 times 2 is 6. Now, which one do we do first? 6 times 10 or 10 divided by 6? It doesn't matter because multiplication and division are equivalent. 6 times 10 is 60. Divided by 6 is going to give me 10. So far, so good. Let's move on to the next one. Number 7. Number 7 gets a little bit trickier because now we have exponents, right? So this one I'm going to have 3 squared times 2 in parentheses divided by 3. So PEMDAS tells me that I have to do parentheses first. But inside my parentheses, I now have 2 operations. I have an exponent and I have a multiplication. Which one do I do first? Do I do 3 times 2 or do I do 3 squared and then multiply by 2? And if we remember, we do exponents before multiplication. So we're going to do 3 squared first, which is going to be 9. I have to keep my parentheses now because I don't have one term yet inside. 3 squared, 9 times 2, close parentheses, divided by 3. Now I can multiply inside my parentheses. 9 times 2 is 18. My parentheses disappeared because I have one number inside of it, divided by 3. This is going to give me 6, okay? Number 8, once again, I have 4 plus 4 squared divided by 2. So what do I do first? Addition, exponents, or division? And the answer is exponents. So everything else I'm going to copy. 4 plus 4 squared, 16, divided by 2. Now, which one do I do? The addition or the division? And hopefully you'll be able to see it as division before addition. So this is going to be, I'm going to keep the 4 plus 16 divided by 2 is 8. 4 plus 8, 12. All right, very good. We're almost done with the exercises. Number 9, I have 2 cubed times 19 minus 2 times 4. So be very careful with this one. Once again, PEMDAS, parentheses first. So I have to simplify what's inside my parentheses first, which is 19 minus 2 times 4. Between a subtraction and a multiplication, I have to do the multiplication first. So I'm going to copy everything that I'm not modifying. 2 cubed times 19. Now I have to do negative 2 times 4, which is going to be minus 8. Now I can once again simplify inside my parentheses. 19 minus 8, which is 11. So I'm going to have 2 cubed times 11. Why didn't I remove my parentheses over here if I have only one number? Well, I could have removed it as long as I remembered that this 2 cubed is multiplying the 11, all right? So I could have removed it. I'm going to do it in a different color. I could have written 2 cubed times 11, for example. I didn't remove the parentheses just because I'm indicating that this is a multiplication, okay? But if you want to write it out like this, it's perfectly fine. Now, my next question is, what are we going to do now? Am I going to do 2 times 11, which is 22, and then cube it? Or do I do 2 cubed first and then multiply by 11? And the answer is, obviously, hopefully, you're going to have to do exponents first. So 2 cubed is not 6, okay? 2 cubed is 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2, 4, times 2, 8, times 11, which is equal to 88. Tricky question number 9. Nice question to put on a test, huh? And finally, number 10. Number 10, I have 11 minus parentheses 2 plus 3 parentheses divided by 6. Once again, I have a double parentheses, the outside one and the inside one. Which one should I do first? I should do the inside one first. So this is going to be 11 minus 2 plus 3, which is 5, divided by 6. 11 minus 5 gives me 6. I can remove my parentheses, divided by 6. which is equal to 1.